if this person is taking 2 hours to do a 1 hour job, this guy is taking too long. How do you even know that you're taking too long on that? Are you keeping track of it? Are you keeping track of when you started and when you end? Oh, he's taking too long to set up the pressure washer. Am I stopping to put gas in the mower? Am I stopping because I pick up trash? What's going on, everybody? My name is Karthik and I'm the Chief Operations Officer for UZ Marketing. If you just started out your business, you're probably trying to get better and better at perfecting your craft. If you're in the landscaping industry, you're probably trying to get every single day, trying to improve a little bit on getting better at landscaping. Learning new tricks, learning the machines, learning how to do this, and especially in the lawn care industry, people love stripes. That's an upsell right there, and people love it. You spend a lot of time thinking about how to improve, and which is good because that's your business. That's how you're bringing in revenue. That's how you put food on the table. That's how you employ other people. One of the things that people very rarely see, but I realized is so important a few years ago, is something called data. So last week, you may remember that I made a video on the law of averages. Well, the law of averages is basically breaking down data into an average form. But in the first place, the data itself is very, very, very helpful. I can't stress this enough, but every single piece of data that you can compile on anything in your business, it helps you in the long run. So my dad, when I was growing up, he says anything that gets measured can be improved. I believe I have a video somewhere from a couple months ago. You can check that out. Anything that gets measured can be improved. If you measure something, if you have the data for something, you can take it and run with it and improve it. So let me give you some examples. Let's use the lawn care industry again, and we'll make an example. How long does it take for you to do a landscaping job on average? If you take the data, if you even have the data, you can make some educated guesses on how to do things in your business going forward. So if you think that you might be spending too long on landscaping a certain job, let's say you did mowing and edging, you might be taking too long on that, but how do you even know that you're taking too long on that? Are you keeping track of it? Are you keeping track of when you started and when you end? Well, if you do, then later on down the line, you can go down and say, okay, I spend about an hour per customer for 2 services. That brings down to 2 services per hour. So I'm taking too long. I'm taking too long. The next time you do it, you take an hour and a half. The following time you do it, you take an hour and a half again. And then when you're looking at the data, you think, I'm taking way too long for this. I gotta figure out what am I doing wrong? Or what is my team doing wrong? Or what's going on somewhere? Am I stopping to put gas in the mower? Am I stopping because I pick up trash? All these different things. And the reason that this data is so important is because if you're paying your team on hourly salary or even just in general, the more time that they spend doing something, the less efficient you are. Because if you spend more time doing something than before, then you're actually extending and increasing your cost to run that thing. That's an example of data for the landscaping industry. So let me give you an example on how we use data today in our business. So every single thing that we try to do on a daily basis is tracked, so we have the information about that. So essentially what I can do by looking at our system, I can see when an order has entered production and I can see when an order has shipped our facility. If I compare the two, I basically get a very interesting snapshot of how long it took the order from when it started production to when it left production. So a few weeks later, when I look at the data and I see that it's taking a little bit longer, I can question it. I know where I can begin looking because every single step of the way, it shows in the system where it moved to in production. Every single step in a screen printed yard signs, it goes through about 4 or 5 different steps in our system, and every single thing is time stamped. So when an order enters screen print production, I have a time and a date attached to that. I can see how long it takes to move from that phase into the next phase of films. So if I compare the two, I can say it took me 1 day to go from screen print production to the film department. Okay, that means we have a 24-hour turnaround time in that little flow between those two. And then I see the flow of the second step to the third step, and I see it's another day. So right there alone, we have 2 days worth of production time that is involved for the customer. So in that general theme, right, you think about how much things can you break down into data? Can you even get down to how long it takes you? How many minutes does it take you to pressure wash a 100 square foot driveway? If you can calculate that, you can then assess your labor cost. If you're hiring somebody, you know that if this person is taking 2 hours to do a 1 hour job, this guy is taking too long. So that's your opportunity to understand, okay, he's taking twice as long as it should be. And because of that, I'm doing half the efficiency, right? Because if he's taking twice as long, you're dropping your efficiency in half. That basically, that's the math. So with that data, you can actually make educated and informed decisions on how to better improve your business. If it's taking 2 hours to do a 1 hour job and you have it on a documented system, you look at it and say, I wonder why he's taking too long. And then you're able to go with him on the job site next time, and you watch his process and you see, oh, he's taking too long to set up the pressure washer. Okay, I know why he's taking too long. And you can actually go in there and help him and say, hey, this is a system that I've implemented to get this job done in an hour, and I think you could do it too. So essentially what you're doing is, with that data, it's telling you where your pain points are. The more things you can break down into data, the better you're going to be in the long run. So I hope you guys had a good experience watching this video. Hope you got a lot of value from it. I hope you try to get everything tracked as much as possible. Data is your friend. So be sure to check us out, usingmarketing.com. Get your screen printed yard signs, digital printed yard signs, business cards, all that good stuff. Leave me your suggestions in the comments box on questions you might have for your business, or just to say thank you and what's up. All right.